20 years ago, the Lord Chancellor's Department, as it then was, which has morphed into the Ministry of Justice, had a significant investment in thinking and looking at enforcement, not only in the civil arena but in the criminal arena as well. As we would want it to operate, you would want it to deliver justice. It must do it fairly, it must do it professionally, and I am not seeing some of that, and I'm not seeing the leadership. Well, we're in Sergeant's Inn, which is part of the Temple. This is where Shergroup started in a previous guise in 1780.
Traditionally, we were an enforcement company. As time has gone on, we've kind of put together an Amazon-like box of critical business services. So, for instance, if you're looking at money, we would add on credit checks of customers. So it's all complementary type services. If we look at protecting land, we are looking at the security that goes with that. So not only the officers involved in an eviction, for instance, or a removal, but also the security services that need to go with that. For instance, CCTV, or boarding, or blockading of a particular property to protect it.
Technology has always been part of what we have had, and obviously it's changed and evolved over the years, and we went through various incarnations of our database platform, which we fondly call and is branded as Sherpa.
The advantages are you save time. We have a better system, clients will have up-to-date information, real-time data.
And what we're able to do now with our digital partners is to give our stakeholders visibility of their part of Shergroup in the way that they want to see it.
In my prior experience of enforcement before joining Shergroup, I used a number of other platforms and data management systems, none of which come close to Sherpa or its ability to give us real-time information, which is absolutely crucial as an enforcement agent. You need access to all the relevant information to make informed and correct and just decisions on the ground. Further to that, it also gives us the ability to report that information back real-time to the office and ultimately to the client, who is always keen to know as soon as possible the effects of our enforcement actions to recover their money or their property. Shergroup and myself are a big believer in the mandatory use of body-worn video. So following correct training and the guidance from the Information and Commissioner's Office, an agent equipped with a body-worn camera is an asset in the field. It gives transparency to everyone involved because an evidence that cannot be interfered with is being collected, both audio and video.
SMEs have a lot of stuff coming at them. I mean, we are all working through change and it's becoming more rapid, and every business has to be on the lookout for disruption. That's been our strength, really, the ability to pivot when faced with disruption. And in the past, the disruption has come because it was forced on us by government. Why not drive your own disruption and say, well, actually, you know, I can set up in this country, I can do this service, I can partner with this company and deliver this for the Shergroup community.
We had a high-profile enforcement against a big busy hotel in central London, where we managed to keep the hotel running without it affecting their reputation. And because of our discretion, it didn't cause them any inconvenience, it didn't cause the hotel guests any inconvenience. And because of the way we handle the situation, the debtor very often becomes our client.
One of the most interesting yet challenging cases I've had the pleasure of working on was taking control of a Boeing 767 aircraft.
So we applied, within 48 hours we had the dispensation from the High Court, and we were able then to issue the writ and instruct Morgan to go down as the High Court enforcement agent.
Then it was a matter of convincing those that had the assets under their control that the correct course of action was to allow me access to take lawful control of the aircraft.
Okay, well they're not expecting it because obviously there was a risk, a flight risk to that asset.
Right.
So
You're not good. Right, that's where you're going to have a problem because it's an MOD site.
yeah,
You're going to have to be escorted on site.
Okay,
So somebody is going to have to.
yeah. Well, we've got dispensation from the High Court.
Yeah,
that
you might have disposition
Not-
for something, but because it's MOD land.
We had to attend the location of this aircraft, which was with a ground handling company, so not the debtor themselves. I've formally taken control of this aircraft under the writ of control. I've immobilised it. We're currently looking for the documentation that we need to remove from the aircraft to stop it flying. As soon as I could physically touch the aircraft, it was taken under formal control in Claire's name. They had to secure the paperwork and make sure that it couldn't fly, and obviously keep updating everything and feeding it back to Claire.
And on the back of that, we then found that we had another 15 judgments against that particular airline for travel compensation claims. We actually rolled those up into the final payment or the final transfer value, and we got all those passengers satisfied as well. We have a plan for the next 5 to 10 years, as every company should, and it's built on building the business in the UK and the US. I'm keen to see that US growth coming through because in the security business, the private security in the United States lends itself to companies like Shergroup coming in and innovating. You cannot knock their positive view of life and business. And I think it's a tremendous opportunity for Shergroup. I wanted to deploy in the United States, and I've done it, and I'm very proud of that. I don't want to be pigeonholed. I want to be an explorer of what the Shergroup brand can do, and that's very exciting.